Hi, we're Isabel and Flo, and we're currently road tripping through the US. So grab yourself a coffee, lean back, and enjoy today's video. Good morning, friends! Welcome back to another video. We made it to Cedar City next to the Zion National Park. Actually, our plan after leaving Bryce Canyon was to visit Kolob Canyon here, but then suddenly it started to snow. It's April and I guess it's kind of a shoulder season, and yesterday it's not like crazy. We had to drive through the snow, over the mountains, and then we couldn't do anything yesterday, but today it's sunny again, so we're on the road again. But first we need to check out a coffee place in Cedar City that was recommended to us on Instagram, and it's supposed to have the best coffee, so for sure we're going there. And after that we're gonna do a short hike at Kolob Canyon, but unfortunately we're running out of time now because we need to go to Page again in Arizona. Yes, we've been there already. Maybe you saw our last vlog from there. I'm gonna link it up here. But we need to go back because we couldn't do the Antelope Canyon when we were there before because it was fully booked, and we got the last spot in April tomorrow. So yeah, we need to drive back to Page and then come back to Zion again. It's kind of a pain in the ass, but I'm not really mad because I really liked Page, and we're going to the Horseshoe Bend again tonight, so I'm looking forward to that. But now let's get the coffee.
Let's get going.
Perfect. Off to Kolob Canyon.
Okay, so we're doing a really short hike today. It's even shorter than we thought it would be. It's only a 1 mile round trip, so half a mile to get there, half a mile to get back, and it's called Timber Creek Overlook Trail. It's supposed to have beautiful views over Zion National Park and even all the way to Grand Canyon. Let's go. You always gotta watch out when doing those hikes in the national parks here in the Utah area, because there are mountain lions living here, and even though it's not very common that you encounter one, there's always a slight chance. And not only this, there's also tarantulas and other animals, rattlesnakes. But yeah, we're used to this, having spent 7.5 months in Australia where literally everything tries to kill you.
And there was a sign saying that if you encounter a mountain lion and he tries to fight you, you need to fight back or throw stones at him. I thought it's better to just slowly walk away, but apparently you need to fight him. We just saw something moving behind this bush. I'm gonna slowly approach it really carefully. Let's see what it is.
What the fuck?
That was so bad. We reached the end of the hike. It was more like a walk in the park, and it looks like this. On our way to Page, we got a glimpse of Zion National Park, which got us even more excited to go there in a few days.
Okay guys, we are back in Page yet again, and there are two things we wanted to address, two things we wanted to talk to you about. The first one being Antelope Canyon. We have just now completed our tour of Antelope Canyon and we have mixed feelings about it. Don't get me wrong, it is super beautiful, breathtaking, a stunning place. I think you should see it at least once in your life because it's crazy. Not like anything I've ever seen before. but there's some downsides to the whole tour, and we wanted to mention this. The first one being it's quite expensive. It's like $100 per person, and it's only like a 30, maximum 40-minute tour. It is super crowded in there, and your guides basically push you through the whole canyon really fast. They always tell you move on, move on, move on, and not really in a nice manner. They are pretty rude, to be honest.
And nothing is allowed.
Nothing is allowed in there. You are not allowed to take video. You cannot bring a tripod, a monopod,
a
backpack, so you can only bring one bag per reservation. And by the way, you have to make your reservation month in advance. We were super lucky because we got the last spots of the last tour available like 3 weeks in advance. So I would highly recommend, if you plan your trip to the US, definitely plan month in advance for this place, because we had to come back to Page just for this. Would I recommend you do the tour for $100 per person? I would say yes, because you can't find this anywhere else. If you're a photographer, keep in mind that it is super dark in the canyon, so you have to bump up your ISO. You have to use a really long shutter speed. Sometimes I even use like 1/10 of a second handheld, so it's not that easy. And you have to have an open aperture. f4 worked for me, but f2.8 would have been even better. But yeah, so we have mixed feelings, but honestly I don't regret going there because this place was beautiful. And now Isabel is gonna talk to you about another place in the Page location that I really am pissed about.
Vermilion Cliffs.
The Vermilion Cliffs.
So the Vermilion Cliffs is a beautiful place, and especially the wave is the famous place that we're talking about. I think it's also called Marble Canyon. It looks like marble. It's just crazy. We really wanted to go there, but there's a downside. Because it's gotten so famous, you need to apply for a permit to go there. So you cannot just walk there on your own. You need to apply for a permit in advance. There's a daily lottery, and only 48 people are allowed to visit the wave.
And you can only apply in the Page area and the Kolob area of Utah. So you have to be here to take part in the daily lottery.
Yes, so what we did, we applied when we arrived in Page, and you can apply for the next day, I think.
2 days in advance.
2 days in advance, and you need to pay $9 for your application per person. And then it's a lottery, and your chances are really little to win. And obviously we didn't win. That's why Flo's pissed. And I think the main reason why we are a bit pissed is not the fact that you need to apply for a permit, because it kind of makes sense if it gets too crowded and nature's suffering. It makes sense to limit the visits, but the $9 that you pay are non-refundable, even if you're losing the lottery. Yeah, so we're really sad that we cannot go there. So that's another reason to come back to this area in the future. Yeah, but now enough of the talking. We're back at the horseshoe bend, guys. It was crazy windy the last time. If you haven't watched our vlog from the last time, I'm gonna link it up here. You need to watch it. It was super windy. Now we're back and it looks better. Well, it wasn't windy, but this time there were thousands of small flies and mosquitoes flying around. But we still got to enjoy this beautiful sunset. We made it to Zion National Park. It's already quite late and we're waiting for the sun to set. Honestly, we're a bit tired and unmotivated right now. I'm really sorry, guys, but we're not gonna talk too much right now. We just want to watch the sunset and then relax a bit. So we're just gonna show you this beautiful landscape and then we'll see you tomorrow morning for sunrise and our Zion National Park hike.
All other national parks are actually super empty at sunrise, but today we came to Zion National Park and we came here at 6:30, it's now 6:50, so we can take the first shuttle to do a hike in the early morning. And there's many people here already because Zion has a problem with parking spaces. There's not too many, so you have to arrive very early. 6:30 is recommended, so you can get one for sure.
For the whole day?
Yeah, for the whole day, because otherwise it's full and you have to park in the town, pay quite a lot of money, take the shuttle to Zion. So yeah, there's quite a lot of people already, so we hope we can catch the first shuttle and then we'll do a hike and see what the day has in stock. Basically in all canyons we have visited so far, flash flooding is always a possibility, and today it seems like it is possible. So we always got to watch the weather, which seems to clear up a bit. This morning was a bit cloudy, but I can see some blue up there, so let's still watch the weather, but I think we'll be fine.
Hey darling,
it really looks like spring here. I love the fresh green of the trees. Nice.
hey darling, we could get out.
So, can you tell us anything interesting about Zion National Park?
Can you?
1 second. Oh, Zion. So apparently it's a desert. Huh?
That's great news.
Please be nice, we need to cross your way. Hey, little turkey! I didn't know turkeys are so big. Oh, oh. I don't know. Ja, geh weg. Here, help! Help! Bye bye, turkey. We're just wondering if this huge rock here is coming from up there. That would be crazy if you walk here and then a huge rock like this would fall down on you.
There's more here. So I'm pretty sure that all these came down from this wall.
Oh, it's hidden by the trees now. Let's move on.
Let's get out, we can leave this city. Let's drive to the open air. Yeah, the countryside is so pretty, with the wind blowing in your hair. We can look back someday. Baby, don't you understand that we only get one life? I wanna make it count, honey. Come on now and take my hand.
We reached the end of the Riverside Walk. It was quite short, the hike, and now we're at the starting point of the famous river walk, which is called Virgin River Walk, I think, also the Narrows. It's quite a famous walk. You can hike through the river for 15 miles, so it's a really long hike. The river is really cold, so if you walk here in winter or spring like now, you better wear like a neoprene suit. We're not gonna do that for sure, but it's really nice to have this view into the canyon. We made it to Cedar City. Is it called Cedar City? Cedar?
We
Okay, go.